Hey YouTube, how you doing? Today we got the live stream for the second version of Ampurios. I enjoyed the first story part already. The events were a bit lackluster, but I'm definitely looking forward at least to the next story iteration, as they kind of promised that there will be a story in every single patch of this overarching planet of sorts. And of course, as an expectation, it will be Tribby and Medamos, where Tribby is kind of a character I'm very much interested in pulling. But what other things are part of this version? I guess we get this, if we go to hunt for another Titan, or if they mix up the Titan hunting formula to some degree or something. But either way, before we get into the video, don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe, and let's check out what are you right at the 1 second mark, because they're probably gonna drop a trailer right away.
In the legend's beginning, the world was just a lump of flour. Then the gods cast yeast into it, and Albert was born from the dough.
What?
The Earth Titan granted it a divine body.
Why is he
and the
cooking?
Reason Titan bestowed it with thought. Add in
Or
rich
baking.
emotions, noble virtues. Oh, and don't forget a pinch of mischief.
After that, the Romance Titan transformed into golden butterflies, gently touching their chests to grant them the ability to love.
There is no word for romance in the Kremnoan language.
Is that so? I heard Nikador once failed in love and even got into a fight with their rival.
Huh? That's just a baseless slander, a wild tale meant to tarnish Nikador's name.
Oh, Dee. This story is quite well known in Akama.
Lady Trebios, let me explain. Nikador is not that kind of titan.
The heck are they?
And so, the first bird
Albert.
was born. Albie, do you like this story?
This Ampurious place. Maybe I shouldn't have come.
On such a romantic day, why don't we raise a toast to all the love and beauty in the world?
To be honest, their voices don't sound anywhere. He sounds much more, if you mean Medamos, he sounds much more savage in the Japanese version. I feel like. They all sound definitely, they all give different vibes of, like full on, every single one, even Tribby's. Obviously, since I'm not used to the English ways, but they're definitely all having different vibes. He's a berserker character, like, he literally is autoplay kind of character. That kind of berserker. But all of their voices, and while it's always obviously because I never heard them, but all of their voices feel unfamiliar, just because I only played with Japanese voiceovers. I mean, fundamentally, I think that children character voices don't really translate as well. For some reason, Japanese women can voice little girls way better.
Bogmir, can your murderous intent match up to what fate has in store for you? Sit out. Why did you take it? In fear you shall abandon your mortal body, King of Kremnos.
Let me have the honor of taking the lead in this battle. This journey is forged blood and
He doesn't have those savage vibes
3
going.
molded life with their hands, and 3 guided Calamity's gate. 3 carved the heavens and the earth. 3 wove the threads of fate.
Queen Samara.
We are Treeby, Trian, meaning fighting the West Wind, away we go! There's strength in numbers!
It's time to end this. Offer
This-
your souls to the blood.
The son of Urgo is destined to be crowned.
Is this Thanatos?
Blood!
All of the daytime.
Stay alive.
Can't be killed in a single blow.
How we wish to see you again.
It's now my turn to fight against it.
The son of Gorgo will be crowned in blood. The son of Gorgo will be crowned in blood.
He's sitting on his. Pretty cool. Seems like a lot of things going on. But the kinda the evil looking guy, I think it might even be something related to the Death Titan, because they had also shown Casteris there. And Casteris is somewhat looming as well with her already drip market. And Casteris is popular enough there, they even already made Valentine's art for her. Because there are always 3 characters for the Valentine's art, and she's not even playable yet, and they already made it. But the characters are obviously Medemos and Triby for this version. Oh, Albert. To be honest, I like the versions with Davey more. Although that might be just personal preference.
Woo! And whether or not your world has a day-night cycle, good morning, good afternoon, and good evening. Welcome to the version 3.1, Light slips the gate, Shadow greets the throne special program. I'm your host, Albert. First, let's have our esteemed guests introduce themselves.
Hello, everyone. We're Treeby.
I am Mighty, the successor of Krem.
What? That's how they pronounce it in... What the heck is that pronunciation? Mighty? He calls himself Mighty? I feel like that's like the worst way. That's like when you give him the name and don't tell your ways how you pronounce it. Or maybe the thing is we taught him wrong on purpose as a joke or something. What? Or maybe he wants to be closer to Maito guy.
Knows.
Greetings, everyone. I am Aglaya.
Once again,
Wait. She actually had it right? Hold up. So they pronounce it right. Then why do the people call her Aglia? Where do people get that stupid pronunciation from if they actually pronounce it right in the... I thought they would butcher hers for sure. They butchered his definitely, but she had it right. So all the people that actually call her ugly, they never even listened to the story. They just got brain dead.
a warm welcome to our Chrysos heirs. Your golden presence has made this special program shine even brighter.
You flatter us, Mr. Albert. By the way, how did you come to Amphorius? Did you travel here with the two trailblazers by any chance?
Oh, it's a long story. One for another time. For now, let's just say that in Amphorius, it'll be my duty to host this special program for everyone.
Welcome, Albie! Even though today's program has just begun, it feels like we've already revealed a lot about the new version, haven't we?
Oh? How so, Treeby?
Look! The version title, Light Slips the Gate, Shadow Greets the Throne, combined with the trailer we just watched, makes it clear that Dee will really shine this time!
If that's the case, Lady Tribios, then as a demigod of Yanis, the Passage Titan, you must also play a key role.
Patience, everyone. Whether this is true will all be revealed in the Trailblaze mission of version 3.1. So in the last chapter, Nikodor's core flame was retrieved, and now another Chrysos heir finally faces the Titan's trial.
Medemus.
With the arrival of the Trailblazers, the Flame Chase journey reached a major breakthrough. Together, the Trailblazers and the Chrysos heirs reclaimed Nikodor's core flame. Afterward, Finan resolved to undergo the trial to ascend to demigodhood and inherit the divine power of strife.
But as Nikodor once murmured to Snowy, your will wavers. We're worried that Snowy's inner turmoil might affect his performance.
There's no need for undue worry, teacher. On the Flame Chase journey, the Chrysos heirs support one another. Even if something unexpected happens to Finan, we've prepared contingencies to ensure the trial proceeds smoothly.
Impressive as always, Aglaya.
I mean, that's the thing that's very common. Like the voice, I think, might be not as easy to do with for the English VAs or something, but it sounds very unnatural of a voice. Maybe it's because typically English speakers have a deeper voice, but it definitely sounds unnatural. Also, I still can't believe how they butcher Medemus' name. I think his voice is not fitting for the character he's portraying in the English version. Actually, with Aglaya, I'm somewhat positively surprised. Didn't butcher the name. That's a plus.
You're so meticulous.
As you all know, the Flame Chase journey is still pressed for time. With Nikodor's core flame reclaimed, it's time to plan for the next one.
Does this mean we're going to battle another Titan?
Hey, not all core flames need to be reclaimed through violence. In version 3.1, our great hero, the Trailblazer, will act as an envoy, and along with their companions, set off for the Grove of Epiphany to continue our journey.
The Grove of Epiphany is a city-state that worships the Reason Titan, Circes. It's a cradle of knowledge for Amphorius, and maintains a good relationship with Aqaba. Besides researching phenomena such as the Black Tide and the Titans, they also provide academic research support for the Flame Chase journey.
According to legend, at the dawn of their existence, the Reason Titan, Circes, descended in the form of a giant sacred tree. And around their roots, a large, verdant forest gradually formed.
The generous Circes allowed those who sought knowledge to study and rest there, freely imparting the world's wisdom to the once ignorant mortals. Under their guidance, humanity built courtyards within the forest and established schools, which eventually evolved into the Grove of Epiphany we know.
Yeah, I'm 100% sure they're gonna go down it. Because we go there because we obviously got the drip market for Anaxagoras. And to kinda, they don't just want to pull him out of nowhere, so he will get introduced in this version for sure. Even though there will obviously be no, I guess, major things. Or maybe he will have somewhat semi. But they will already kinda make you familiar with the character since he's coming up. Probably the bigger role will go to Customer, since she's the next one that gets the banner after this version is over. I think she will still play me, because it also looked like that the guy that attacked us in the trailer was something related to death.
Today.
So it looks like Cersei's is our next target.
Exactly. Like Kefali, Cersei's is a titan friendly toward humanity, and has even willingly entrusted their core flame to the Grove for safekeeping.
That's great if there's no need for fighting. Just a peaceful retrieval. This mission might be much easier, huh?
Well, it's not quite so easy. The Grove of Epiphany holds an unwavering reverence for Cersei's. This core flame is something they'd be very reluctant to part with.
Exactly. That's why Akuma must dispatch an envoy to the Grove. In the 3.1 storyline, the Trailblazer will engage in peaceful discussions about reclaiming the core flame with newfound Chrysos heir allies. Absolutely no fighting.
Oh.
But in the recent version trailer, enemies were swarming in like a tide.
Busted. Actually, the Grove was recently invaded by the Black Tide.
What?
Since the Arabellica, a substance known as the Black Tide, has descended upon Amphorius, whether human or Titan, anyone affected by it loses their sanity. Nikador, once a stalwart defender against the Black Tide, naturally became the most severely corrupted Titan. With Nikador's core flame reclaimed, Castrum Kremnos was left without its guardian Titan and was entirely consumed by the Black Tide. Its spread has since accelerated, and now the Grove is its next target.
We must hurry to save them and Cersei's core flame!
Exactly! The Grove's crisis cannot be ignored. Our Trailblazer will once again take on the heroic mission of seeking and aiding survivors, gathering intelligence about the catastrophe, and locating Cersei's core flame to bring it back to Akuma. During this process, the Trailblazer will encounter a mysterious enemy attempting to steal the core flame. The masked figure shown fighting the Trailblazer in the trailer.
The one with the mask and cloak? They look like a major villain.
Hygus. What
There's gonna be... No, he doesn't look... Or do you think they introduce a main villain of sorts? But he could also be something related to Thanatos. Or Thanatos. Technically it will be it will be Thanatos.
faction do they belong to?
They're an unknown enemy. This journey to the Grove may be more perilous than expected.
For now, let's call them the Flame Reaver. And to help our Trailblazer navigate their hero's journey, I brought some intel about this Flame Reaver. In battle, the Flame Reaver can summon clones to fight alongside them.
Naruto. He's using Kage Bunshin. I don't need to know what a boss does. I feel like that's stupid to begin with.
Speaking of...
I don't need a fucking chicken to tell me how to play the game. I fight the bosses on my own.
Trials. I've always been curious about the trial required to ascend as a demigod. Lady Trebios, you were the very first demigod and therefore first Chrysos heir on this land to pass a Titan's trial. What exactly did you go through when you received Yanis's core flame?
This is a bit embarrassing to say, but we really can't remember those events from so long ago.
It happened during the Era Chrysia. For the people of Amphorius now,
They played Uno
it would
for
be
it.
considered ancient history.
That's okay. With the Trailblazer around, anything is possible. In the main storyline of version 3.1, the Trailblazer will harness the power of Orynyx to stir up ripples of the past, guiding everyone to revisit that piece of history. We'll
So we get a
return to Chibi's
flashback.
homeland and show everyone the abyss of fate in its prime. Some long-buried secrets from the Era Chrysia will also be unearthed, becoming clear bit by bit.
So this is what the Abyss of Fate looks like in its heyday. Nothing like the desolate state it's in now.
That's right! In the distant past, the Abyss of Fate was a city called Yanisopolis. It was Amphorius' sanctum of prophecy, the ultimate destination for all pilgrims, and the place where the three Titans of Fate revealed their divine miracles.
It seems we'll have the chance to learn how humanity's first demigod came into being.
Exactly. But let's leave it at that for now. Trailblazers, uncover this story for yourselves in the main storyline of version 3.1 and learn about Treebee's past. Now, let's take a look at the Treebee of today.
Apple. It feels like it's kind of supposed to be voiced, but maybe the VAs, maybe that's like was strike, so they couldn't have it voiced. Is that why there's only audio? Only music?
Quick question. The one who popped out of the box holding a letter, was it Trian or Treenan?
Ooh, I know this one. Treenan. It was Treenan.
Correct answer. No rewards, though.
Because they look so alike. My teachers often have people unfamiliar with them play the Guess Who I Am game in daily life.
The one who suggested this game, could it be Trian?
Right again!
Of course. The three of them have very different personalities, making them easy to tell apart. Treenan is silent and sharp with both eyes covered. Trian is mischievous little rascal with frizz eyebrows. And Treebee is the most outgoing and lively.
Typically, Treebee is the main spokesperson, responsible for communicating with the Chrysosaurs. Treenan focuses on maintaining and interpreting prophecies, while Trian is primarily in charge of opening and maintaining the Century Gate.
So here's a question for me. Why are there three of you identical little girls?
That relates to the duties of the Chrysos heirs. We were the world's first demigod, receiving the prophecy of deliverance from Kefali. To spread the prophecy across Amphorius, we split into many versions of ourselves and used Yanis's Century Gate to travel quickly to various places.
Through our teacher's tireless efforts, the Chrysos heirs gradually united as allies. Because of this, our teacher holds great prestige among the Chrysos heirs.
But speaking of opening gates, Treenan previously revealed that Trian is nearing her limit and might only be able to open the Sentry Gate twice more.
Don't scare me. So there's a limit to how many times the gate can be opened?
Using divine power to open the gate comes at a steep price. Every time the Sentry Gate is used, it takes something out of them. Over time, this deterioration reaches a limit.
Reaching that limit won't lead to anything bad happening, will it?
Losses are a constant on the Flame Chase journey.
Let's be real. I wonder if anyone actually believes they're giving us depth flags or any uncertainty. Treebee is a 5-star character and it's impossible for a 5-star character to ever die. If anything, as soon as Tingyon came back, it was absolute that no character ever dies. MiHoYo does not have the balls. They would never let any character die, let alone a 5-star character. NPCs can die, but never playable characters. It's impossible for a playable character to die in this game. So no matter how many death flags they're never gonna kill off a playable character. They only dare to make fake outs. But everyone is immortal. Treebee has now death flags of overusing ability, but Treebee would never die. Impossible. Absolutely 0%. It's the same with as soon as a character is playable in any form or way, no death has any permanence. It's kind of like in Dragon Ball. When they started to revive people casually, death lost its meaning because they always revive them for the next fight. So they can die again to stall the enemy till Goku arrives.
Among which, even life itself holds little value. The weight of those words grows heavier, or perhaps clearer, over time.
Oh dear, why is the atmosphere so heavy? Let's not dwell on it! We're prepared for whatever may come, and we want all our friends to stay cheerful. Albie, let's introduce our abilities now.
All right, no problem. Tree is a quantum character following the path of harmony. In battle, she wields a rocket as her primary weapon. For instance, she can use the rocket to launch enemies and create a special dimension filled with stars and moons. While the dimension is active, enemies take increased damage.
No matter how many times I see it.
Special dimension? She has her own reality marble.
This combat style doesn't get any less adorable.
Don't underestimate our rocket! It's a genius invention with precision targeting. We've refined it countless times. We also deal damage to the enemy with the highest remaining HP, depending on...
I guess there you have the Harta team. They even go with the server route themselves, even though they probably hate the freestyle icon being that good. And Lingsha is, I guess, fairly... There's a ton of replacement possibilities for that, because Lingsha is not gonna be as crazy as she is in other teams. Also, it looks like the buff isn't even active.
The number of enemies hit. The more enemies there are, the greater the damage we deal! Additionally, when a teammate uses their ultimate, we launch a follow-up attack against the enemy.
Even in ever-changing combat scenarios, Tree can work closely with various teammates to provide buffs. She can frequently trigger follow-up attacks, helping the team swiftly take down opponents.
Exactly! As a character following the path of harmony, Tree not only creates a more advantageous environment for her teammates, but is also a capable fighter herself. With Tree on the team, you might just unlock new levels of combat potential.
Indeed. Beyond aiding and guiding the Chrysos heirs on the Flame Chase journey, our teacher is also an essential ally in battle.
What are the techniques?
Alright.
I guess
Now
it's
that
a
we've got
buff
to know
of sorts.
Tree, let's move on.
That looks like it's just a buff, something like having the skill active from the start or something like that.
To discuss another key character in version 3.1, Mighty! Without further ado, let's watch a video.
Also, damn, I can't with the way they pronounce it. They call him Mighty Guy. Can he open the gates?
Mighty, the crown prince of Kremnos, warrior of Akama, a lone lion, a man among men, a man!
Stop, Albie! Is it really that exciting?
To be honest, Mighty is my idol. He's the ideal version of myself. I aspire to be like him. Strong, unyielding, a real tough guy.
Can somebody stop the chicken already?
No, a tough bird.
A tough guy? Do you mean like bathing in molten iron, Mr. Albert?
Huh?
Or perhaps drinking the blood of your enemies?
Maybe drinking some of Kremnos' signature pomegranate juice, doing push-ups, stuff like that. Oh.
Give me 500 push-ups. I'll count. Start.
Let's focus on the show first. Doing so many push-ups on the spot isn't appropriate, and viewers wouldn't enjoy watching it either.
Don't be so sure.
They definitely wouldn't. Back to the topic. In the previous story, against Nikador's attack, Mighty single-handedly held back the rampaging Titan, buying precious time for his companions. He's so cool, handsome.
Totally. Even though he might seem unapproachable at first, once you get to know him, you'll see he's super reliable.
Through rigorous self-discipline, day in and day out, he's always ready to step up at critical moments.
I wonder, does Tribby have the same VS English March? They sound kind of the same, to be honest.
If I had such a dependable and capable leader, I'd follow him to the ends of the earth. But there's a line in his character description that really caught my attention. The blood of patricide flows through Kremnos' royal line. Ooh, sounds like Mighty bears a heavy past.
Castrum Kremnos has a tradition of being crowned in blood. Since its founding, every new king of Castrum Kremnos has killed the reigning king to claim the throne, without exception.
Yikes! So that's how it is in a city that worships strife. Bloody succession to the throne.
Because of this tradition, and a prophecy foretelling Mighty's eventual ascension, his father cast him into the Sea of Souls shortly after his birth, attempting to kill him before he could grow up.
That's so cruel! How could he bring himself to do that?
But, in the end, Mighty returned to Castrum Kremnos with an immortal body. He led the discontented citizens of Kremnos away from their mad king, wandering the lands and waging war until he joined the flame chase journey.
What doesn't kill him only makes him stronger, huh? But why did Mighty refuse the core flame of strife and give it to Finan instead? This combat prowess, if he accepted it, he'd surely become the most powerful demigod, an unstoppable force on the flame chase.
Strife, slaughter, glory. These have been the traditions of Kremnoans and their destiny for 1,000 years. But is this destiny truly what the Kremnoans deserve? I refuse to let such a bloody tradition continue.
But Dee, the Kremnoan people in Akama have always expected you to ascend the throne, lead them back to their homeland, and restore their glory. Now that we've reclaimed Nikador's core flame and located the whereabouts of Castrum Kremnos, how will you answer their expectations?
Give me more time to think.
As the last prince, he is burdened with the fate of an entire kingdom. He must consider their honor and sense of belonging while forging a truly beneficial path for them. Oh, what a heavy task. As for Mighty's decision and the fate of the Kremnoans, stay tuned for the Trailblaze mission in version 3.1. No matter what, I can guarantee one thing. When Mighty is around, he'll have your back, especially in battle. Mighty is an imaginary character following the path of destruction. In combat, he leverages his undying body to engage the enemy. His undying nature grants him an extremely high max HP.
In battle, I utilize my HP advantage against the enemy. By consuming my HP, I also unleash even greater power.
Exactly! Mighty keeps track of his total HP loss during combat. Once the accumulated loss reaches a certain threshold, he enhances himself, fully demonstrating his prowess as the Kremnoan warrior.
It's kind of the team there with Locha. Kind of too bad that Locha is at best minor upgrade over Gallagher. And probably soon gonna be dumpstered anyway. I would expect Locha will probably have a rerun somewhere, and he's gonna be the biggest bait character to pull for right now. Ho-Ho doesn't have as big of a synergy because no attack, but Gallagher and Locha seem to be kind of the what people see are the Tribby isn't even that big of a deal either with what's it called, Remembrance MC around Sundays. I think what everyone has in their teams.
During this time, he unleashes a storm of attacks on his enemies, dealing massive damage and showing them the wrath of Kremnos' crown prince.
Wow! He is so imposing! Like a lion dominating the battlefield!
In my enhanced state, I sacrifice defense for greatly increased HP and max HP. As my HP continues to drop, my abilities transform further, delivering even more destructive blows to my enemies.
A warrior rejected by death. Let's battle till the world's final breath.
A truly death-defying combat style. The spirit of Kremnoan warriors is no joke.
All right, next, let's take a look at version 3.1's banners.
In version...
Oof, oof, oh, ouch, ouch. That's a bad one. I guess technically speaking, 4-star ones are mostly trash because most of the 4-star. Lynx is, I guess, the only one that the rest are pretty much unusable at this point. I guess you could say everything is just every 4-star is pretty much just a +1 pull generally, with some exceptions.
3.
Also, and Trend of the Universal Market. I think that's Trend of the Universal Market because the close-up makes it hard to see. I don't think there's any other with topaz on it. Trend of the Universal Market is a very good Litecoin. This is kind of the low-key Acorn. Natasha's Litecoin isn't really that relevant. I think it's a decent one, but nobody really uses it these days. Asta's Litecoin is not really used anyway. Nobody uses that. It's all about Dance Dance Dance, it seems, when it comes to anything, any min-maxing. Asta's Litecoin is kinda... yeah. I don't think there's that much mono team with dual DPS going on, because that's where it would shine. If you had like 2 quantum DPS with Tribute, then that would probably have a good benefit. But even then, Dance 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 is probably better.
One's first half warp event, Trailblazers can acquire the limited 5-star character, Treevee! The limited 5-star light cone, if time were a flower, will also have a boosted drop rate.
Version 3.1 second half warp event.
Trash. Mid. Trash. This might even be worse. No, they're both kind of trash, but they're both absolute trash for us, though. If Gallagher was, I guess the only real thing that you could have given him is if Gallagher was there. Put Gallagher on there and he has his insane. But I guess Arlan is there because of this Litecoin having a potential use with Medemos. If you did not do the event, then the Arlan Litecoin can be decent, I think. Memories of the Past is insane, and this one is kind of a dud these days. Perfect timing is not really that crazy, although it enables you to get easy, like what's it called, easy broken kills. So technically it's not really the... I think the Litecoins are a lot better on this than on the Tribby. Tribby only has trash Litecoins pretty much. Not Trend of the Universal Market. But Tribby has way worse Litecoins on them. I think those Litecoins are actually generally nice to have. I don't know why they put this one here. I guess this one is only here to give like extra incentive or something for people that want to improve their break team that they're forced to pull for Litecoin they have no use for.
Trailblazers can acquire the limited 5-star character Mighty. The limited 5-star light cone, Flame of Blood, Blaze My Path, will also have a boosted drop rate.
Additionally, these characters...
Yunli. Waifu. Lynx does make sense for Yunli. Like, if you don't pull for that, then you kind of have the Lynx mandatory. I guess that explains And he's supposed to give Lynx the Natasha light cone or something. But then again, if you pull for the light cone, then Lynx suddenly becomes garbage.
And light cones will be rerun. And all right.
For Ho-Ho is for of course, because Yunli is there. Ho-Ho is definitely big synergy with Yunli, and in a ton of tribute teams where I use Ho-Ho as well.
For a short break. The program will resume in just a few moments.
And wait, that's it? That's the banners? That's it? Wait, what?
And all right.
Wait, what? There's only that's on the second half, actually. That runs with Medamus. But Ho-Ho isn't actually good for him. People have already figured that out way back. Originally there were math around it, but nobody ran. So no Locha. So Locha will probably never be pulled really, unless they buff him. So we only have like 2 reruns. That's kind of, I was expecting more. Also, damn, that's a trash banner. Let me think. I think people were saying that his Eve 1 was stronger, but I have to double check. And Ho-Ho being so separate, because I thought the Ho-Ho would be phase 1 still, to be honest, until I realized that that's already it. Because Ho-Ho is insane, obviously, for Aglaya, so I thought they would put her next to it so they can squeeze out more from the Aglaya pullers. Instead, Ho-Ho is kinda for the people that pulled to squeeze out if anyone wants to build Yunli teams and want to have the best.
Time for a short break. A look at the new content coming in version 3.1. First, brand new research topic related to Amphorius.
Divergent universe? What's that?
Oh, right. You might not know yet. Simply put, it's a study on mortals and fate. As mentioned earlier in the program in version 3.1, the Trailblazer will head to the Grove of Epiphany, a renowned academic institution in Amphorius. The scholars of the Grove wove vast amounts of knowledge into the memory of the sacred tree. However,
simulated universe mode. So it's kind of it's basically the same thing as the other mode that we have, with some different smaller twists. And this is a remembrance icon, I guess.
To the corrosion of the Black Tide, much of this network has decayed, leaving only fragments of text intact. Therefore, the Grove's librarians hope the Trailblazer can become the inheritor of this library's knowledge, preserving these memories and passing on the flame of Amphorius.
But why did they have to remove the other one?
Even in this era of endless strife and the relentless Black Tide, as long as true history remains, the flame of civilization will endure.
That's right! The Grove not only collects myths and histories of Amphorius, but also records the Trailblazer's journey. By integrating Titan technology, they've created Divergent Universe Protean Hero!
Since it's Titan technology, it's bound to be distinct from the Divergent Universe the audience is familiar with. Whether or not your world has a day-night cycle, in Divergent Universe Protean Hero, you must have one.
Oh.
This time, the battles revolve around the day and night system. First, each battle alternates between day and night. These two states bring different boosts to combat, and additional effects occur during transitions between day and night. At the start of exploration, Trailblazers must choose the state that best suits their team's traits.
As exploration progresses, after entering a certain number of domains, Trailblazers can also select a day and night blessing, known as Golden Blood's Boons. These blessings take effect during the corresponding state. Trailblazers can choose different branches of blessings to further enhance combat effectiveness in specific states.
The figures appearing on the day and night blessings look so familiar. Why is that?
Indeed. This is also Titan technology and another highlight of Divergent Universe Protean Hero. The new day and night...
So what the heck is a... Where's the Protean Hero? I know they want some extra protein here or something.
System and its blessings are closely tied to the Titans and the Chrysos heirs.
In version 3.1's Divergent Universe, 6 types of Titan Odes will be available for Trailblazers to experience. More will be introduced in future versions.
Each Titan Ode corresponds to a different buff system. Trailblazers just need to select the most suitable Titan Ode for their team to tackle challenges with ease.
The Grove's Divergent Universe offers the most authentic Amphorian experience.
Clearing the Divergent Universe.
That's where we get the new save so we can grind out the stuff. It's basically the same thing as the other thing with just a few different buffs instead.
Also rewards Branch of Rights. This can be used in the Titan Ode section to unlock more buffs and upgrade them, as well as uncover the corresponding Titans' mythological tales.
Now, my 3 dear guests, please choose your Titan.
We're curious about how many Titan stories the Grove has interpreted. So let's go with the one we're most familiar with, Gate of Infinity.
If I could learn more about the past of Nestia and the other Titans, I'm sure it would give the Flame Chase journey a clearer direction. I'll choose Chrysalis of Gold.
Lance of Fury. Let me witness the kind of glory you held in the past.
Ooh, excellent choices. Everyone has very clear goals.
After all that, which Titan will you choose, Owlbert?
The answer lies...
Now I have the wildest answer for that. I picked the Titan that gives me break effect buffs, and then I can play Firefly in there. To be honest, I think he sounds off as well. I think Aglaya's fine, but I think he sounds off too, to me. Tribby is definitely really bad. Or should I say, it's actually a pain to listen to. It definitely feels like, it even sounds like her voice must hurt after doing this voice.
In the name of this Divergent Universe, Protean Hero. The mysteries of Titan technology hold endless possibilities. I firmly believe that if I explore more, I'll uncover more fun, intriguing, and Albert-appropriate ways to play. Besides the day and night.
Blade, Jinglu, and Sunday, and Locha. If anything, Sunday auto-attacking probably does more damage than Blade. I feel like that's a bit of a waste because in a multiplication, and no matter how good Sunday's buffer, if you multiply it by 0, it's still 0.
System and Titan blessings, the Divergent Universe Protean Hero also brings more Protean challenges to the Trailblazers. This Divergent Universe's Conundrum mode will introduce astronomical division gameplay.
Although heroes have countless facets, no matter their nature, they all make choices to climb to higher peaks and experience more intense battles.
But for novices like me, who are unfamiliar with the Divergent Universe, what if they can't figure it out?
Don't worry. The Divergent Universe of version 3.1.
Blade Jingle teams were good when it came out. And I guess Aglaya's maybe not fitting. I think she's her VAs in English sounds I guess much more I guess too kind, and she's kind of more cold as a character.
Not only includes an astronomical division mode, but also adds a strategy system. Trailblazers can view and apply strategies and even like and save them. After applying a strategy, the system will give a corresponding recommendation to the Trailblazer based on their currently owned equations, weighted curios, and team lineup. Additionally, in the selection interface for equations and weighted curios, the system will suggest the optimal options.
This way, you can easily follow the guide and enjoy a smoother experience in the
Hell no. I'm not gonna use that. I'm not gonna let some pointer tell me what to pick.
Divergent Universe! Through the strategy system, you can also jump to an external web page for more information or even upload your own strategies.
Not only
I
that,
don't really want to
in
use
Divergent Universe Protean Hero,
having to use an external website, I would say, is a downside in a video game. If anything, that's when you
will also transform into special materials.
Enemy drops. Are you referring to the materials used for character ascension and traces leveling?
Correct! When you're short on materials for character ascension or traces leveling, the enemy drops can be...
I guess there's a universal material now for the... I've never really had that problem too much. But I guess I can see like going back to like grinding all planets because maybe her VA is British.
Automatically exchange for these special materials. Moreover, this update adds a new exchangeable 5-star Remembrance light cone in Herta's store. Rewards like avatars and phone wallpapers from Divergent Universe, the human comedy, will also become available in Herta's store.
Oh.
In addition to the thrilling challenges of the Divergent Universe, version 3.1 also brings lighthearted and adorable events for Trailblazers.
First up, let me introduce the Awoo firm.
Awoo? Awoo!
Wait, wrong species. The Awoo here refers to the chimeras of Amphorius.
Oh,
Pokemon.
So that's what chimeras sound like.
That's right. Chimeras are artificially nurtured, adorable little creatures. The residents of Amphorius train these chimeras to help with simple tasks. And the Awoo firm is the organization they work for.
Chimeras have to go to work too?
Surprised, Mr. Albert? The war with Nigador caused significant damage to Akima. There's a lot of urgent work to be done.
Or is it like in Palworld where you can force the Pokemon into the Pokemon yearn for the coal mines? You enslave them and then force them to work in the coal mines or something.
And chimeras are indispensable in the reconstruction efforts. However, among the chimeras, there's a particular squad that hasn't been performing up to expectations lately.
So, Trailblazers can take on the role of manager, personally helping the Chimera squad turn things around and become the strongest team of all.
The work objectives are clear, but how do we achieve them?
When it comes to work, each chimera has different strengths and, of course, shortcomings. Trailblazers can assign suitable chimeras to tasks, adjust the team composition based on their traits, and create the strongest squad possible. After that, the chimeras will automatically carry out their work. As the manager...
What the heck is going on there? I thought you had like a Pokemon battle where they beat up this kid. Huh? What are you talking about? This kid, you mean? That has a name?
Trailblazers just need to supervise.
The leaderboard will show team rankings. Keep aiming for a higher performance ranking to help the Chimeras outperform other squads and become the ultimate workplace champions!
Doesn't sound too hard.
Wait, what the heck is this? Ultimate workplace? What is that? Like, is that like average Asian company where they get work basically till they kill themselves or something?
Even someone like Finan could handle.
Hang on. Or you mean this? Who's this? Is that? Kinda hard to see. She 4-star, she 5-star. You see too little to the point where currently I would say 4-star. Is that a 4-star character?
This with ease. Right.
Hey, what is going on with this guy here? Is he is it kind of like that he's pretending like he has a hammer, but he doesn't, so he just
So mean to Snowy! And don't underestimate the Chimeras, D! Each one has a unique name, appearance, and personality!
As a manager, you need to understand your employees to assign tasks effectively. Plus, there are some tricky characters to watch out for. For example, there's Shock Force, who is overly eager, and Old Honest, who silently endures everything. I can't go on. What are these names? All right. Let's move on to the next version of it.
Recent.
That was the main event? That's a weird event.
In Arkema, there's been a surge of counterfeit
But then
antiques.
again, maybe the gameplay is actually it looks kind of like just average miserable workplace condition simulator.
Edge technology, conning many residents. In the event Holy City appraisals, Trailblazers will assist Theodoros, the antique shop owner, in appraising these treasures and cleaning up the antiques market.
Appraisals? Well, Finan's weird hobbies are rubbing off on others. Ugh. Besides, how can the Trailblazers, as outsiders, appraise Amphorius's antiques?
Don't worry, it's simple. Trailblazers only need to submit different materials to Theodoros daily, and the rest will be handled by him.
I hope it's not actually forced that you actually have to do it daily. It's just Walmart Leben. That's a trash event.
Albert, promise there will be no shortage of fun appraisal stories and plenty of rewards for Trailblazers. Okay, now let's take a short break, and the show will resume when we're back.
Wait, that's it? We only have one event, basically? Because the Liban events, gameplay-wise, are trash. I feel like we only get one event that's a bit lackluster. The first one, with the pets, I guess it's hard to say how the game... But the first one is a gameplay one and it's the main event, but I feel like we're only really getting one event. I hope that it's not actually fully like Liban where you have to click it daily or something, because that would be kind of annoying. But I think they had like these budget Liban events on Penacony where you could just do it all at once, where it just unlocked a new thing daily. That second event is so trash. Does that mean we get less polls if we have less events? Where are my polls? 2 events and one of them is not even is just a hand-in thing. Where are my events at?
Updates to share with everyone.
I heard from the Trailblazer about an old friend called the Gift of Odyssey.
Yeah, that's right. In version 3.1, Trailblazers can once again earn a 10 warp reward through the Gift of Odyssey check-in event.
Is that the amount you get free to play, or is that with Vulcan?
Additionally, version 3.1 introduces some new materials for everyone. Stagnant Shadow, Shape of Gelid Moon, and Stagnant Shadow, Shape of Slogjaya will be available soon. Successfully challenging these will provide Treebees and Mighty's Ascension materials respectively.
Amphorius also brings new golden calyxes.
But I can't believe that's so, that pronunciation is so bad. Also, she called her Treebee and Mighty. Sounds so weird calling him Mighty. I know he's Mighty, but that's not his name.
Version 3.1 also introduces 2 new sets of planar ornaments. Bone Collection Serene Domain and Giant Tree of Wrapped Brooding. You can quickly obtain them through the planar ornament extraction function in the Divergent unit.
His true name is Mighty Guy.
Universe.
In version 3.1, the Planar Fissure and Realm of the Strange Events will also return. Completing them will earn you double rewards.
Exactly! And that's not all. Version 3.1 brings several system optimizations to Trailblazers. First, the material synthesis system will be optimized. The process of synthesizing trace materials will become much more convenient.
Does that mean we can synthesize purple materials directly from green ones?
Yeah, that's right.
This eliminates some of the cumbersome extra steps.
Moreover, the build guide will also receive an update. In version 3.1, when you set a character as the build target, the Interastral Peace Handbook will display all the materials needed for building that character, along with shortcuts to relevant stages to farm those materials. After each preview ends, Trailblazers can even set newly revealed characters as their build target and start farming the necessary materials in advance.
Oh, that's great! It makes preparation so much easier.
They're not really putting it that far. What if I want to put Castoris in there? Where's Castoris pre-farm Mihoyo?
Easier!
And it looks like we received a special announcement from the project team! Let's take a look.
大家好，我是崩坏系列 IP 烧鸡。在魔法罗斯 3.0 版本上线后，我们收到了来自开拓者的许多反馈和建议。从结果来看 ，3.0 的一些内容，它最终呈现出来的效果是不够理想的。以开拓任务为例，有时为了打开一扇门要反复推球，或是在直面泰坦前还要四处跑来跑去，这种疲惫的感受实在不符合星穹铁道一贯的基调。所以这段时间，我们一直在对主线体验进行审视和优化，包括已上线的 3.0。和后续所有版本的内容，除了先前在开发者电台提到的阅读减负和解谜优化，我们同时也在对任务流程进行重新编排。以 3.0 版本为例，开拓者在前往过去的旋风城时，不再需要折返跑图，而是从初始位置开始，通过一条便捷的道路就能直入主题。而原本这里的玩法会被安排到主线外，成为开拓者自由探索的选项。当然，还有对白、演出、探索。开拓任务的体验是综合结果，我们会在未来的每一个版本，在方方面面做更细致的打磨，力求给大家带来更好的内容。
开拓者好，我是游戏设计胖克。除了像刚才烧鸡老师说的，我们也正在调整 3.1 及其后续版本的游戏。
Right, so people were too stupid to figure out the ball puzzle, got stuck in there and complained. So instead of puzzles as mandatory gameplay, you only have dialogue now? What? Who the heck made those complaints? I feel like they want to reduce the main story to visual novel experience.
以3.1版本为例，我们降低了地图中的敌人数量，并剥离了部分主线流程中的谜题，希望保证谜题与剧情的结合更加紧密，且不至于有很强的打断感。在原本的设计中，地图中有几处扎格列斯之手玩法，开拓者需要多次切换操作视角，但其实只是为了打开一条通路。在复盘过程中，我们意识到这样的设计不仅繁琐，也没有很强的趣味性。于是我们将这些并不有趣的流程从主线中删去，但是仍会保留地图中围绕这些扎格列。
Using the hand to punch the boxes to open the path is too complicated for our players, so we open the path automatically because they're fucking idiots. That's a wild and... Like, what the heck is that?
列斯之手的谜题设计，供抱有探索欲的开拓者自行发现。希望我们的调整能让开拓者更好地探索文法螺丝，享受解谜乐趣。同时也欢迎开拓者提出更多的建议和反馈。
Thanks, Project Team. All right, whew. That brings us to the end of today's special program. Any final thoughts from our guests?
I hope everyone enjoys diving deeper into Amphorius' story. We can't wait to create more memories with all of you.
May your blade never break, but forever press forward.
There are still countless details in Amphorius waiting to be discovered. I hope you'll forge deeper bonds with this world and its people.
And of course, there are plenty of chimeras waiting for us to lead them.
That end part is definitely not a good sort of news. That does not sound like good news to me, that end part. I think the region looks cool, like the tree and all that, and I think simulated universe is kinda neat. Probably the improvements are decent. Did people really have that many problems with like those few puzzles they had like in these zones? Like, is rolling that was that too so complicated? I felt like the story puzzles were all like crazy simple of sorts. But then again, I don't know the what's going on in the mind of a person whose biggest struggle is who has to constantly buy new keyboards for their PC because they keep on drooling on them. Because that's the, or I guess phones, where drooling on the phone is the biggest sort of danger. I don't know who felt like these puzzles was so complicated, because the story ones were all super simple. So it's less puzzles on the map, just visual novel story. That would mean also less gems from that, although the puzzles never really gave that crazy much. But it's like kinda, I don't really know who wrote that in there. It's like, damn, I have to actually play the game when doing the story. There's gameplay in my story. I just wanna auto press the button on dialogue while drooling on my keyboard. Good that I didn't file I haven't actually done my survey yet. I have to write in the survey that I want more gameplay in it. And they shouldn't listen to the fucking keyboard droolers. Or I guess the damage is already... Like, who the heck said that? I think also there's a low amount of events in this version, which is kind of Maybe they think that the rewards, maybe the divergent universe inflates the rewards, but I think without the divergent universe you would have way less rewards with all that they cut. And this is a game where the expectation is almost now a character with light cone, and even E1s are almost expected at this point. Like the curve is still keeping. And I guess I have to still see yet what the buffs. But there's definitely some worrisome things said at the end there. As for my personal pulls, Tribby is very interesting. I have not fully, I guess, decided in what way I'm gonna approach that with Castor still looming. So I might keep the pulls till we know more about Castoris, and hold it till like as long as I can to make the most elaborate call. Deimos, I don't really have much interest in getting him. He's cool, but I feel like I don't have the pulls to throw around randomly like that, especially with Castoris coming up also, and Anaxagoras is potentially interesting for Hertha and whatnot. So I'm already kind of low on pulls for all that is coming up. Overall, I would say I'm still very much in a positive mood for the story, but I feel like the removal of all gameplay elements is definitely something I would say is a negative. So I have like a full-on visual novel with like 5 seconds of combat or something. There aren't even that many enemies, unless you full-on try hard competing against Medeiros. And I even did that. But maybe if your character builds are like absolute dog shit, your unleveled characters, then you die to every random enemy when you're auto playing all the time or something, and the puzzles become rocket science or something for you, then I guess that will be a struggle. You kind of get hard stuck there. And I guess we'll see. I definitely have to write something about more gameplay in this. Maybe it can be turned around. Maybe we can save it by demanding more gameplay instead of every puzzle being removed from the game. Or something like that. Because we definitely will full on have only visual novel story. Because the people that are complaining about these, I feel like they don't even want to play the game. They just the story part for those type of people is just basically all a grind till they get pulls to satisfy their gambling addiction. They probably don't even care. They would want to have a skip button for all combat, a skip button for all dialogue, a skip button for every puzzle, just so they can they would rather just get the pulls outright of a version than pull them on the gambling and then wait to the next version or something if they could. They don't actually even want to play the game, and I think those type of people probably shouldn't be taking their opinions probably is not very good when it comes for designing a game, because they don't even want a game to begin with. And I feel like those type of people gave like we don't want any puzzles in the story, we don't want any gameplay. How dare them add any gameplay in our game? That's definitely bad news. That oh well, but that's it for this one. And all that. So summarize it. Drippy is still very cute. But that's pretty much my opinion on the new version. So, anyway, thanks for watching and have a nice day.